Shalom. Welcome to 40 Days to a Better You. Today we are talking about patience. Saturday night I talked about how patient God is through the generations. And here's another text where we can learn a little bit more about God being patient, Erech Apayim. Pirkei Avot 5:2 comes in the midst of a list of tens. And it says, there were 10 generations from Adam to Noah, in order to make known how much patience there is before God. For all the generations kept on provoking him, until he brought the waters of the flood. There were also 10 generations from Noah to Abraham, in order to make known again how much patience there is before God. For all those generations kept on provoking him, until Abraham came and received the reward of all of them. In just a few weeks, we're going to be reading the Torah from the beginning and encountering those stories. The 20 generations from Adam to Abraham are full of disappointments for God. Adam and Eve eat the apple, Cain murders his brother, and it goes downhill from there with even more murder, even more horrible things. Until finally, in the days of Noah, God says, you know what? I just got to give this one up and start all over with Noah. But even Noah, the righteous one of his generation, ends up getting drunk and embarrassing himself. Then there are the folks who built the Tower of Babel, Nimrod the hunter. It's not great between Noah and Abraham either. So what do we make of this text? One takeaway is that there is an advantage to patience. Sometimes you have to wait a long time, even 10 generations, and if you jump to a conclusion or a response, you miss out on the best opportunities. The other thing that I want to point out is that God watched humanity for 10 generations, not just once, but twice. Sometimes patience is about giving someone a second chance, even though on the surface it seems like you shouldn't. After all, we say, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. Sometimes we have to do the same thing again, paradoxically, and hope for a different outcome. That is what forgiveness and patience are all about. The other thing that I take away from this text is actually a question. Is it harder to be patient when you see things going the wrong way, like God did heading towards Noah, or when you know that there is a good outcome ahead? Is it easier to put off your vegetables or dessert? I would like to think that it is easier to put off a bad ending, to delay the inevitable, than it is to wait for something that you're excited, enthusiastic about. And in this text, we see God being patient for both. Sometimes having an Abraham come along is worth the wait. So we are 5 days from Rosh Hashanah and 15 days from a better you.